Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Cannibals can't stop us. Getting lost can't stop us. Hags are nothing, but grumpy party times might be the
That
death.
might be the death of us.
It might be the death of the party. However,
Yeah.
maybe this ruckus, maybe this rumble will have reunited our friends. So you stand mere hours from Camp Righteous, beset a moment ago by a dozen of these humans who are marked with, well, they were, now they're just roasty corpses, marked with the blue triangle that you saw before.
And they were wearing uniforms, right?
They were wearing uniforms, yes.
Little Fox is going to go drag. Well, actually, I guess we've destroyed all corpses, haven't we?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, now you look at their withered, roasty bodies, the air filled with the dark, greasy smoke of human flesh, and think, it'd be cool if we could have checked those out before Malik went all.
Yeah, Malik notices as everyone's looking. He says, "Oh, yes, there's something about that, the fire breathing thing that it feels. It's disturbingly good feeling to roast humanoids with that. I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with how that felt.
I can understand that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It turns out that was awesome.
And I was keeping this a secret from you, Ishi. I'm not the only one that can do it. Next time, if you wake up fast enough, it's all yours.
Sweet.
And while this conversation is happening, Arcturus crawls back into his bedroll and it's just ugh.
Except that your bedroll is surrounded by burning corpses.
It's warmer now.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Wait, do you have the leeches?
Until I wake up.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I can make another con save to see if I continue having them.
Yes.
So Little Fox's watch is next, right? So she'll just shovel these corpses out of the way.
Okay, just chuck them in the river.
Sleep. No, not in the river. You don't want poison in the river. She's gonna make a pile of them, kind of.
Okay.
For anyone else, this would be too much work on a rest, but for Little Fox, they're just the fuck ever.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay. Well, Arcturus, let's have you make your roll, and then we can go.
Okay, I very much don't want to continue having throat leeches, so I'm going to use inspiration for this.
Yeah, that sounds like a cool plan.
Cool. I
right.
didn't need to, but I did anyway.
No leeches for you.
Another lovely wake up, vomit out a bunch of tiny leeches. I feel better. Just needed some rest.
Let's get those leeches out of there. Yuck. All right.
What's that, the third or fourth time I've had throat leeches?
Yeah, you're really just.
I mean, you're the one who keeps diving into the goddamn river.
You got bad hygiene protocols
on this whole trip.
I mean, that's fair. I've used a lot on that.
In the morning, Malik comes over to you, and pats you on the back as you're done getting rid of the last of them. He's like, I was gonna make fun of you for getting those again, but then I remembered that spell last night. And he smiles at you, and it's the first time he's started a little conversation for a while.
Yes. Thanks for not making me feel shitty for getting us all fish all the time. Trails off.
And yeah, he goes like that, and he looks towards the other two, and he's like, I tried.
Arcturus is really good at accepting apologies. Yeah.
Oh, he can't come at me with, I was gonna make fun of you, and I'm just
yeah, it's fine. Change your mind.
The rally.
We're both looking to the rest of the party going you guys don't care.
I feel yeah.
Boat.
She's done taking down the camp and just
we're very nice to each other. It's great.
starts getting the boat ready.
Okay. So you
Again,
head out.
I feel like I'm just kind of underfoot.
You head out in the morning, and we'll spare the roll because you're coming at this place, and it's basically right away. And yeah,
Little Fox feels pretty certain that this place is full of cannibals, so she's being careful.
You set out down the river, and fairly quickly, in the light of the early day, you see a banner, bearing a gauntlet shape. So at one point, the banner was probably like a deep blue. The gauntlet itself, a fine silver, but now the sun has bleached the blue down to an almost gray, and the silver has also tarnished. And the banner is torn. It's got a ragged edge and it's sort of flapping limply partway in the water, tilted on a bent flagpole. You continue down the river toward the camp. So, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think we should be expecting that Order of Paladin hospitality. They probably wouldn't leave something. You know what they can be like, vain. I doubt they'd leave a flag in this state.
So are you thinking those things from last night?
Perhaps. If I'd only... I wonder if the markings have something to do with the shrine nearby. Maybe linking them is...
I'm sure we could check it out.
We could. We're here to just find and explore things. There's no reason not to stop here if there's something interesting.
So yeah, the boat continues floating on its own, and on your left, the trees clear away, and you see through the fog. The early jungle fog. I'm gonna move you to another map because I got a cool thing to show you.
Sweet.
There it is. It's so righteous. It's over there. There it is. It's in the top right corner. So you see a massive stone statue, carved at least in part to resemble a person, but then on that person's back and held in its arms is an enormous alligator with its head down in place of the human's head. It's got a big skull, stone skull, and that thing is maybe 60 feet tall. Just rising up out of the jungle. Damn. And then around, it's very impressive. And then around its feet, it's all weathered, right? It looks like it was built in ages past. And the camp itself, around it, is an abandoned riverside camp strewn with wreckage. Moldy and tattered tents scattered around, and any permanent structures appear to have been burned to the ground. 2 intact rowboats are up ahead of you, tied to a short dock. North of the camp is a ridge, built into which, I stand corrected, an 80-foot tall stone statue, carved to look like a man with a crocodile on his back. Between the statue's stone feet is an archway leading into a dark tunnel. To the left of the statue is a crude animal pen with a small panicked bird running around inside it. There are no other signs of life. I
want to talk to the bird.
The small panicked bird is actually not that small. It's a bit of a misnomer, but let me show you.
Is it like an emu?
Can you all see this?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Minus the orc riding around on its back. It's an axe beak. It's a big blue bird, and it's running around in this pen honking. It's just like "Mark, mark," and running around in circles, "Mark," trying to get out, but it can't climb up over the fence. And and you
name the big weird faced chocobo, please. I need it.
So let me move you back over to the river. So top left corner here. Do you want to get off and walk, or do you want to ride your boat further downriver to the little dock area?
I'm in the back of the boat, so I'm looking at all of you. Does anyone make sign like they want to?
Should probably tie it off.
This looks like a cliff of some sort, so scrambling up it would not be as...
Yeah, there's an edge here. It goes up about 5 or 6 feet. But down here, there's an area where it's been flattened and you could just walk.
Yeah, so let's go there.
Yeah, it looks very abandoned, and we were capable last night of handling things.
Well, yeah. It appears abandoned.
It's D&D. It's probably not abandoned.
Well, no, you can tell right away it's not abandoned, or if it is, this magical fire has been burning for God knows how long.
Shit, fire.
Yeah. So as you pull up, you can see right up ahead of you there is there's a little fire right here. There are 2 large tents that look abandoned and kind of moldy, and then some further tents to the south down here. And then there's a stone building sitting up on this little hillside to your southwest, or east rather.
Is
I
that
feel
this
like-
one that I just pinged?
Yes, that one.
That one? Okay.
I feel like maybe this fire is from some other visitors. See the boats?
Yes. Perhaps they are visitors like us who wish to investigate what remains of this camp.
The axe beak has noticed you and is like honking loudly,
Aw.
trying to get your attention. Yeah, squawking and honking.
Yeah, Little Fox will put beach the canoe, and she's gonna hop out and go towards the bird.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Like hustle over this way.
I guess hustle in the same direction so we're not splitting the party.
Okay. Yeah. So you all follow. So you're at the feet of this massive statue. There is darkness. There's darkness below, and it seems maybe, I think Ishi and Little Fox, this figure seems somehow familiar to you. Like you recognize it maybe.
Can I
or-
make a check of some kind?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you reckon? What kind of check?
History probably.
I'm not trained. Can I still make it?
Yeah, I think here's the thing. Do you say anything? Are you like, hey, do you recognize this? Like, I think you'd have a chance if you work together.
Yeah, I think while Little Fox is headed towards the bird, I sort of go like,
This looks awfully familiar.
Yeah, and like Little Fox like points at the bird, like, but I want to.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
looks up
Just
at
help
the
me try and
thing.
remember. Then you can talk to the bird for like however many hours you're gonna spend over there.
Would you say that this is a ruin or dungeon?
It's certainly a ruin and or dungeon.
Okay. I will go about helping you, Ishi, because I already know. Because I have historical knowledge.
Nice. When you enter a ruin or dungeon, you can ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders. Well, I mean, yes, I can tell you its original purpose. It was a shrine. It was a Chultan. It's a Chultan shrine. That was its original purpose. Its builders were humans. They were Chultan humans.
I figured that's how I'm helping
Yeah.
Ishi work out who it is.
Totally. Yeah. Okay.
okay, I'm gonna roll a history then.
Okay.
Shall I?
Okay. Well, you had help, so thank God for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Malik and Ishi together. I guess here, Malik, I'm gonna move you up. The two of you figure out kind of what the deal is between like you both fill in bits and pieces. Imagine
Got
a
nice teeth.
Imagine a moment as we flash back to a tavern in Port Nyanzaru some night a long time ago, and Ishi, you and Little Fox are sitting drinking, and at the tavern this night there is a storyteller. There's a Chultan storyteller who's talking about he's telling a tale. And with Malik's help, you remember the story, which I will tell you now. So imagine this dark-skinned man in traveling clothes, sitting on a stool on his stage. He's bald. He's like older. Looks like he's traveled the continent, and he's returned from the jungle, and he's brought this story. So he tells you, in the early days of the world, man stood by the banks of a river, frightened. Crocodile raised his head from the river and said, "What troubles you, cousin man?" Man says, "I must cross this river, but I fear to enter the water alone, because it teems with your brethren." Crocodile replied, "It's true, you would not be safe, but I will carry you across the river safely on my back if you promise to return the favor." Man agreed, and Crocodile bore him safely across the water. When they reached the far bank, Man asked, "How can I repay you?" Crocodile replied, "I wish to see the realm of humans, but I fear to go there alone, because it teems with your brethren. You must carry me on your back across your realm." Man had been tricked, but a promise is a promise. So he carried Crocodile safely on his back across the entire realm of humans, a journey that lasted many years. He also swore in his anger that never again would men and crocodiles be friends, and so it has remained to this day.
That is such a nice little touch.
Oh,
I
that's
love
really good. Oh, I love it so much. I'm like,
Crocodile really knew how to make a deal, you know.
I say like relaying the story because I'm remembering it, but Malik wasn't there, so I feel like I probably told some of that to Malik.
Ishi probably relates to Crocodile in this story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like look it up a bit and I say, Arcturus, are crocodiles related to dragons? I mean, I'm just looking at the.
You can't relate crocodiles to dragons.
I mean,
Dragons are better than everything. So it doesn't really matter if they're related. They got big teeth to do this thing, but that's about the same as like humans. And
every time I've
I know
ever
other
spoken
stuff.
with a crocodile, they were a little bit grouchier and less. And I look at Ishi and I'm like, proud and strong than a dragon. So
that's what I thought.
yeah, maybe not exactly like a dragon. There are some creatures of the deeps that could be properly compared, I think. But
Okay, so while these nerds are talking, I'm talking about birds here.
Okay,
Adam,
so
okay?
the axe
Talking
beak,
about birds.
the axe beak has come. The axe
Sorry.
beak has come running up. It's small. It's a juvenile, and it looks like it's hurt its leg because it's limping, and because of that, it's not strong enough to jump over the fence. There's also a bunch of like bones scattered in the pen, and it looks like the kind of pen you would keep like pigs in or something.
Yeah.
And so it comes running up and it's just like "Bonk, bonk," and like trying to like climb the thing, and it can't. It's flapping its useless little wings trying to get up over, and it'll like put its injured leg up and try to lift itself and then fall in the mud and like kick a bunch of times and then get up.
Okay, well, with an immense amount of sympathy, little fox like casually, steps over the fence because unless it's more than like 4 feet high, she just like clears it.
Okay.
And like helps this thing stand up.
Okay.
And
It's a little panicked. So if you come over to it and try to like touch it or pick it up, it's gonna like it's kicking and kind of like flailing.
Yeah, she's gonna like speak gently to it and try to just be like, "Hey, it's okay. Let me help you up." And
Okay.
like, in a very gentle, non-event, like she gets low very early on so that she's not like scary and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to make friends with this thing. Can I make a charisma roll to make friends?
Yeah.
Bird thing?
You know what?
Or
Let's
just-
do. Here's the thing. So just because skills and stats are listed in a certain way doesn't mean you can't use them. I think this is charisma and animal handling, right? Where you're just like,
Okay, so I'm at
You can do both.
+1
yeah,
then,
and you have an advantage.
and I have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the best way for me to do this? I guess I will just roll a charisma check and we'll add 3 to
Yeah,
my
that
result.
sounds good.
Proficiency bonus of 2, I guess, to the result. So I get a 12.
Okay, you get 12. All right. So it gets up. It's got mud all over it, and it like kind of takes a couple of steps back and looks at you like, "What the fuck? What's going on? What are you doing?" Like, kind of gives you the like head, like, "What's happening?" And you like approach with your hands up.
Yeah, so it's not working.
Well,
Is that what
so you're what are you trying to do? Like, how will you know? Are you trying to like touch it or?
I'll get it to come to me.
Okay, yeah.
right?
So you give it a second, and it's just like
And I'm just like, no, I'm a friend. I'm a friend. I want to help you. I want to help your leg.
limps forward a little bit, gets closer, gives you another look, like
It's okay. come
skitters a little bit, puffs his chest up, like, and gets up in your face, makes itself all big, and then
And
kind of
yeah, she'll just be like, yes, you're very brave.
comes over
Strong
and just
person out here.
just like bonks you in the chest with its beak,
yeah, and it's just like,
and like pushes you, like,
yeah,
flaps
and
its
she
little
just like
wings.
reaches out a hand to like touch its like feathery little side there. And
Yeah, and like it closes its eyes and like tilts its head, and like
she
its
kinda, like,
feathers,
scratches itself.
yeah,
out of
its
the-
feathers all go like and like puff out so you can get at its skin underneath, and it's just like.
It's a little ruffle, and
Yeah.
then she'll like.
And one of
pull
its legs like lifts up and kind of twitches a little.
Yeah, and so she like pulls it in to get it to like sit on her lap, and she's just like,
Well, what's funny is that you're big, but it's also like huge, right? So you
Yeah.
sit down and it just goes poof on top of you, and you're just
Yeah,
it's just
it's just-
feathers everywhere.
yeah. So is this thing like 6 feet tall or something?
They are large, so it's like if it were
But it's a-
adult,
but it's
it'd
a
be like
juvenile.
if it were adult, it'd be like 10 feet tall. It's like a huge ostrich.
Okay, yeah. So it's this enormous ostrich thing. Yeah, and so she like like kind of like rolls back and lets it like sit on her,
Mhm.
and she like gently
Just
lays it
fluffs
down in the
itself up.
pen and like it's like, can I look at your leg? Why don't you hand it to me and I'll take a look. I can help fix it. And I'll do medicine on this thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let's give it some medicine. I get a
Nice.
22.
Okay. Yeah,
Can I
it's
make
like
a splint for its leg.
yeah,
or
it's
something?
not broken. It's like it's just sprained. It looks like the thing climbed. You can actually see where it climbed over the fence and then slipped and fell in and hurt itself and then couldn't get out.
Oh no! So it was trying to got in here.
It got in and then it was trying to get out. Yeah, and it just hurt its leg and it couldn't get out.
And so yeah, while she's like tending to its leg, she's just asking it like, "Oh, where are your family and where are your people? Are you
And so
all alone
you
now?"
can't understand it. No one can. But you're watching it, and so Little Fox is talking to it, and it's just going like, bark, 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 bark. Like just like clucking at you, like
Yeah,
bonks
and-
you occasionally with its beak.
Little Fox like nods as if she's understanding it.
Mhm.
Just goes like, okay, yeah, and like is tending to it. And all of this is like her talking so quietly that like
Mhm.
other people could maybe barely overhear, but it wouldn't be clear what she was saying.
Mhm.
And yeah, so she like takes out some stuff from her pack and like kind of splints its leg so it has a little bit of a sturdier
Mhm.
support. It doesn't hurt itself. And yeah, I spent some time just making friends with it.
Okay.
Other
So
than
while that's happening, what's everybody else doing?
Dying.
Mhm.
I
like
think
birds.
I'm
Birds. I'm watching and being like,
Yeah, you're just peering over the pen.
I think
but
you're
not
probably
getting too close to like startle it because I'm
Mm.
not a little fox.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think you're probably talking to Malik, and like I've made my way up the steps to the foot of this thing.
Okay.
And I'm saying like,
Well, the story said that crocodiles and humans will never be friends again. And this is a monument to that story. So what I'm thinking, this is just a thought,
The
is
crocodiles burned the camp down. I was thinking the same thing.
see, I knew you would agree with what I was gonna say. Exactly.
Why don't we investigate around a little bit more and see if we can find their footprints? Make sure. And he's just like so confused. Like he was joking, obviously, but
Are you sure you don't want to go in there? It could
I
be.
think we might need everybody. That place looks dangerous. I've been in my share of statue, tomb, ruin things.
All right, sure. Let's check the camp while Little Fox makes the googly eyes at the bird.
Yeah, so for the two of you looking into this corridor, right? Because you can see decently far. You can see into the back. It goes up, and you can see back to a wall, back here. So it's like a wall here, and it goes up in tiers. Like there's platforms, each
Hmm.
about 10 feet wide by 10 feet long.
You sure you don't want to go in there? I kind of do. It looks really interesting.
We will. In time, I think we should let the others finish communing.
Fine, okay. I'll just look around the camp for crocodile footprints.
And while I am more personally interested in what's inside that tomb as well, it's probably going to be more useful to the residents of the island to find out why this camp has been destroyed. So we owe it to them to find out.
Also, somebody has to be here, right? There's a fire. They probably went in there.
and the two boats, right?
Yeah, and there's two
Yeah.
boats.
I say, pointing back into the shrine.
I bet you they're in there taking all the good stuff from there right now.
As long as we're outside, they're going to have to come past us to get out.
You don't know if there's another way out. It could be a cave entrance, like down that way somewhere.
Then they'll have to come back to the boats, and they're just over there. I can see them.
Grumble. Like, fine. All right. Well, I'm gonna look for whatever did this. Steps back down the stairs and goes to look for the footprints of crocodiles.
Sure.
Along the bank.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the area is just it's been abandoned. It doesn't look like it was attacked. There's no sign of there's no dead bodies lying around. It looks like it was abandoned. Or if there was a fight, the bodies have been eaten or dragged off, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
no bodies remain.
That's worrying.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, the whole area has suffered from massive weathering. So
and that undead are a thing that we know
that's true.
about,
Undead are a thing in the jungle.
Hey, Ishi,
Yes.
you know what eats bodies? Crocodiles.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, it's just looking more and more likely, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the Order of the Gauntlet. They came here, Malik, you know this. They came here to fight the undead, right? Like that's their crusade, was to find the source of the undead of Chult and to kill it, so that the rest of the Omnish colonial force could come and build cities and stuff. But first get rid of the undead.
The Amish colonial force.
Yeah.
Those
So,
guys.
yeah.
I mean, we're just examining the camp, I think, until these guys are done with the bird community.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just looking on the outside? Or are you poking into any of the tents?
I mean, I'm definitely looking in the tents and stuff. Yeah, if I get a chance.
Okay.
So I just wander up over here and take a look in there, and wander over here and take a look in there. These kind of smaller ones I definitely check out, and then to the bigger ones.
Okay. All right. So I think in this tent down here, and you're poking around, and they look like they've been blown through, right? Like the tents, there's water on the ground, and it's mud and leaves and stuff. There's a hole in the side of the tent. It looks like it's been looted, right? Like there's a chest that's been cracked open. And while you are digging around in here, you poke your head under under one of the cots, and I need to make a roll real quick.
Oh, okay.
You get bitten by a snake. It's first edition. You die.
You joke.
It is a snake. Oh my god.
Okay, and then let's see. So double what I would normally roll. So there we go. Okay. You take 14 damage, 1 from the bite and 13 from the poison, as a poisonous snake leaps out from underneath one of the cots and sinks its fangs into you. It hurts real bad. Poisonous snake attack.
Snakes must be in league with the stab it with a
Yes, you stagger back I've been snake, and it's reared up and hissing at you. You've just distressed it. And you want to try to stab it?
Yeah, I do.
All right, go ahead. Make an attack.
Okay.
Okay, so you lunge for the snake. You miss. It gets to attack you again.
It's probably on the end of your snout, and working out how far away that is from your eyes is probably really hard.
Snake, it's a snake. Look at him. Here he comes. He's going to bite your face.
Can I help in this next round?
Yes, on the next round you can, but he just snaps out. I guess you do get a saving throw on that last one. So roll a save on the last one, because you might take half damage.
Okay.
And then this one you get another bite.
Con save.
Okay, so you only took 6 on the last.
Another con save.
This time though, you take the full 9.
9. Okay, so I took 6 on the last one and then 9. So that's 15. I'm at half health.
Yeah, so you come running, Malik, when you hear snake, and literally Ishi has this snake up on her, just snap, biting her in the face.
Yeah.
Snake.
Yeah, why didn't you try and sort it, and then I'll help you.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's funny because you're getting killed by this snake. Okay, you throw it on the ground, you kill it. What does it look like? So it's basically just like caught on you and it's biting your face.
It's biting at me, and I think this isn't even really much of a rapier attack, so much as it is just like Ishi manages to get her little hands around it, like throw it to the ground, and like not out of anger or out of like hate for it or anything, but just out of like sheer panic, she just stabs her rapier into the ground and misses, and then just like jumps on it. Like there's just this moment of her like feet coming down on it, like
Nice work. You've bested the snake, Ishi. Good job. You can take 25 experience for not dying to the snake.
And I look over at Malik and I go, snakes, you must be in league with the crocodiles. These are reptiles working together.
Yeah.
They left behind the ambush.
The side of Ishi's face is like starting to swell up a little.
Yeah.
I hear the commotion, and I've by this time like been able to get over, and I'm just like, oh, look at you, and I'm gonna help you to not be.
And Malik is like he's flitting between laughing at you and being concerned because it might actually hurt you.
Yeah.
It's like there's a snake on your face, and you're like, "Argh."
Yeah, well, you recover 4 of those hit points.
Oh my god, I got a 1.
Apparently, Istishia thinks it's pretty funny too.
Istishia also thinks that your pain is
Oh,
hilarious.
your poor little
Okay.
face.
All right. Snakes are fast, man. Faster than Von Saberberg, even. Jeez.
Awesome. So, meanwhile, over in Axebeak territory, yeah, you've befriended this Axebeak now, and it's gotten up and like taken a few steps around Little Fox to like test its leg, and is kind of like, "Meow."
Yeah, and she's kind of like coaching it, you know, making sure that it's okay. God, I guess we got to name this thing, don't we?
Steve.
It's never Steve, Elf. Never Steve.
Why?
Okay, we're calling this Axebeak, this little Axebeak with a broken leg, or sprained ankle, actually. We're calling it Sharp. His name is Sharp.
All right.
I'm into that.
Sharp the Axebeak.
I thought you said
I
shark.
thought you said shark. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, name it
shark.
shark. That's
Shark.
awesome.
Shark the Axebeak would be better.
Name it shark.
I don't know what a shark is.
I know what a
Yeah,
shark
dude.
is. It looks just like. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't look.
This doesn't look anything like a shark. Sharks don't have orcs growing out of their backs.
Axe boy.
Yeah. So it's like, like stands up, looks at you, and like looks at the fence warily, like maybe I should try to jump over it.
And yeah, Little Fox goes over to the door to the pen, the gate, and like opens it.
So it Sharp like walks up, like looks at it, like looks suspiciously, like leans out.
There isn't like a secret fence.
Yeah,
here.
looks back and like walks up to it a little bit, kind of puffs himself up, goes to take a step over the threshold, and is like puts his little talon back down, and then looks at you like, "You fucking with me?" Like gets all up in your face.
I walk out the gate first. I'm like, see, it's okay.
Okay. And then she puts his head up all like imperiously and puts herself up. Just like trots out. Like, walks out and looks around. It's like, bah!
And so yeah, I'll just say like, you know what happened here?
Yeah, and just like clicks at you confusedly, like,
is there anyone inside? I
uh,
point at the like enormous temple thing.
yeah, and it looks at it like it's never even noticed it before. So it looks at its feet and then looks all the way up, like, bah! Looks back at you.
Well then, you can stay with me if you want, or you can be on your way. Up to you. And she goes and like walks towards her friends.
Okay, yeah. It trots along behind you.
Yeah, that's my friend.
So I think that Little Fox comes around the corner of the tent, and the three of you are looking at the swollen face kobold that is Ishi. And then you see its like long blue feathered neck, the big axe beak, like poke around the corner of the tent, just be like, "Rah!" Like look at
Can
you.
I like coo at it in Orin, and it
Mhm.
sounds like a wind whistle sort of noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of like just clucks cautiously at you, like. "Bark, bark, bark, bark."
Such an interesting bird.
As soon as it appears around the corner, everybody else's response seems to be like, "Daw,"
Yeah.
but Ishi's response, because it's a massive
Yeah, it's a
goddamn
huge bird.
is "Ah!"
Yeah, and so when you make a
know,
noise, it's like "Bah!" and like looks at you all like kind of like taken aback, fluffs its body up, makes his wings all big, "Bah!" and like looks down at you. Big shadow.
Yeah, and Ishi like scolds.
Yeah, it's like scraping the
That's
dirt
like
with
the
its talon.
fourth time you called yourself Ishi.
He's just
Yeah.
shut up.
They're one person. It's fine.
It's because I'm gonna go talk to Ishi. So
Yeah.
yeah, Little Fox like scolds. Ishi just like and like sticks a finger at you, and then it's like, it's okay.
I look at Little Fox and I just go, "I got bit by a snake."
Yeah, and she like sighs and like pats your head, and then just like indicates the axe beak and says, "Sharp, new friend."
I don't know if I want a giant bird named Sharp following me around. It's got
Yeah.
a big blade on its face.
Yeah, the axe beak just looks at you, all like scratching the ground a little, like, "Come on, I dare you, kobold, I dare you."
Yeah, and Ishi like sticks a finger out at you again. She says, "Be nice," and then does the same to the axe beak, and says, "You be nice too."
It's fine. It just startled me is all. I just got bit by a snake. Now there's a giant bird. Let's look at the shrine. I don't want to go looking under any more bunks. There's probably like at least 10 more snakes.
Yeah, and Little Fox just nods. I'll look in the bunks. And then yeah, so I'll start just like kicking over tents and like flipping shit.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Turning the whole camp over, looking for stuff.
most of the tents seem to have been slashed, like they're cut. The canvas is ripped, and then after that, mildew and jungle rot has done in the rest of the tents. These two big command tents have tables, one of which has the very ruined, murky like sludge that used to be a map, but it's flipped over and in the mud.
Okay, so nothing valuable to grab
No,
up or
no,
what have you.
Not that you can find from here.
Okay, well, I suppose shrine then.
And the last thing Little Fox will do before we go explore the shrine is I'm going to take these two boats
Mm-hmm.
that are over here along with our boat,
Yep.
and just pull them all the way up onto the shore, like over to these big tents.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna fully ground all of these boats.
Sure.
And flip them upside down
Oh my god, the boat is huge.
and stack them in a line, so like all three parallel, flipped over, so that if it rains, they don't fill with water.
Sure.
They're sheltered from the things, and I stash all the like oars and paddles and whatnot under them.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
And that will be that.
Okay. Cool. So now what?
I mean, also maybe we should rest before going into the spoopy thing. I don't know.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I could do with getting my spells and my points back.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, there is the danger that like you'll get interrupted again in the night, right? This is a less safe place than you were before.
Also, this was after a fresh. This is essentially after a long rest from last night's encounter, right?
I mean, other than my
y-
snake bite.
You were
we're good.
interrupted during your long rest.
Okay, so maybe we want a short rest here and then.
Yeah, short rest makes sense.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, and so I should be back at 20 hit points then too, or 22, whatever I was at.
Yes,
Hit die.
but you can
Because
spend hit dice now if you
But
want.
I'll spend a hit die now, so kaboom!
Nice.
I fucking aced it.
Excellently kaboomed.
Exactly enough to bring me back to full.
Okay.
Exactly enough to bring me back to full as well.
I don't think I took damage. Nope.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, you guys take an hour. and it's still morning, right? Like we're barely at noon now.
Yeah.
So you rest and have a little snack, and Sharp kind of just wanders around the camp looking at stuff, and like foraging for things. But yeah.
Yeah. Do you think your friend Sharp is going to want to come into the thing with us, or is it a leave outside sort of deal?
Yeah, it'll be pretty crowded for Sharp to get in there. Plus, it's at these like 10-foot like platform kind of intervals.
Yeah, and Little Fox just shakes her head and just says, I think Sharp wants to stay out here. Sharp can keep a lookout.
And
then she like pats Sharp's head and like does the whole like won't you boy kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And when we go back, will they fit on the boat?
No way.
Yeah, and she just says, Sharp is not a boat traveler. Sharp can live in the jungle.
Yeah, ostensibly Sharp has like a family because it's just a juvenile, right? It's hanging out now, but if you're like, get out of here, go back in the jungle, there's other birds out there that are they probably assume that Sharp is dead.
Yeah, but this one it can go join its pack or whatever. It'll be fine.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
Little Fox
The
isn't worried.
bird can watch, keep guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think the plan is to, after our short rest, we head inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start
Could you-
side questing.
Could you, just describe again what like this area is?
Yeah. Okay. So the very first section, head on over
Right.
there, and I'll describe what you see.
Okay.
So the very first section is a square of 10-foot by 10-foot hallway, basically. The ceiling is 25 feet above you, and ahead at the edge, right here, there is, here, let me zoom in so folks in chat can see a little easier. There you go, everybody. So, yeah, and there's a ledge up here. It seems to be sort of stepped inside. Let's see. This area, it's close to the entrance. The floor is covered in a thick layer of mud, creepers, and blown-in leaves. Yeah, and then it reaches the end right here. There's a wall, sorry, right there, and then another higher up section here.
Okay.
And am I reading this image correctly that this is like another ledge up onto a platform and then another ledge up, or is this a series of doors or something?
Yeah, you'll have to get up there. You can't see from where you're standing.
Okay. Well, yeah, Little Fox will clamber up.
Okay, so you here, hold on. So you step in. And unfortunately, you trigger the pit trap that was waiting for you. You can make a DC 10 acrobatics check.
Is there danger here?
There sure is. You feel the floor shift slightly, and that's when danger sense kicks in. So
Yeah, so I get advantage on this, and it's a dex save.
it is a dexterity save. Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy, nope. You fall. So you fall 20 feet into a pit. You take 7 damage when you land at the bottom,
Okay.
and that's that.
We've already explored so much of this cave so quickly. It's great.
It's not got crocodiles at the bottom though.
No, it sure doesn't. So
So
now
there's,
now
like,
there's a
four-
pit.
Move up to the ledge and go like,
You okay?
Yeah, and she's like holding on to one of the pit spikes in the pit trap. Is it spike?
No,
or is it
it's just a flat.
Okay.
You're now like 30 feet from the ledge though, at the edge here.
Yeah, it's like way deeper now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like just down there like on all fours and like looks up.
Okay, hold on. I'll go to the other side and then I'll throw you a rope. Okay?
Yeah, I think I'll throw you a rope because I have 3 of our party's ropes. But anyways, yeah,
oh yeah, maybe I don't have a rope.
it's
But
all
you-
good.
You can throw it
I
up to
can
me.
throw it up to you. Yeah, it's fine.
Arcturus, would you like to join the party at the edge, or are you staying outside to keep an eye out?
Yeah, no, I would have. I
Okay.
would have.
Right.
So I am going to try and jump this pit at him.
Does it extend all the way to the wall, or is there a lip?
No, sorry. There's a
there's-
narrow ledge that remains around the outside edge, but it's going to be tricky for you to like run and jump and land on that edge because it's quite thin. You could also try to skirt all the way around by like pressing yourself against the wall, but there's still like a 10-foot.
Your best bet. would
Okay,
be
that's not
the parkour thing.
all
Where
right.
you land on the lip and stop your fall or stop your momentum against the wall, and then get back up onto the lip. But anyways, that's super hard to do. Anyways, it's all.
I
very
mean,
difficult.
it's like acrobatics either way,
yeah.
I guess.
I'm just trying to think practically of like how would you even jump? to
Yeah,
the-
you know
you
what?
could've just jumped
I'm
over
just
the
gonna
lip.
try. I'm just gonna try for some good old fashioned kobold acrobatics. This is a tunnel situation, jumping over some stuff and climbing some things. I can do that.
Okay.
A running start.
I say, how confident are you in this? Remember, I brought the spell in case we're all going to be falling down pits for the next few minutes.
I'm pretty good at this, actually, the jumping and the part. But maybe God, heads up, fish thinger.
Excuse me.
Make me moist.
Give me the thing. Moisten me, damn it.
Wow. Yes, fish thinger, my new name. Thank you. So
I meant your God. I know who
blessings
you
of
are, Arnie.
Asphyxia upon
Taurus.
you. I begrudgingly.
Are you actually
cast
gonna cast? Or are you just pretending to cast it?
If I wanted to be really funny, I would cast Create or Destroy Water and drench you.
You could. You absolutely
But
could.
that's a first level spell slot,
That's
and
true.
just to be funny, that's not like. If I had a cantrip that would do that, I would totally do that. But like,
I mean, you could
Just
just
funny to
take out like
waste.
your water skin and just pour water. do you actually cast the spell or no?
yeah, I do. But who knows how Astitia will handle it?
Okay.
It's up to the gods, water thinger. Bella, please.
Water thinger. All right. So I'm gonna acrobatics over to the other side and try and like get up the wall.
Okay, so it's gonna be 2 checks. It's acrobatics to jump the pit, and then athletics to climb. So you run,
right.
you get the acrobatics, you jump over over Little Fox's head, land with just your toes on the lip, and then have to scramble up the wall or fall backwards into the pit.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna climb the.
You know, like jump up the little ledge here, and then you said this. You want me to do an athletics on this one?
It is
or-
a strength athletics check. Yeah.
Oh god damn it! I'm way worse at that. But I've got a blessing of fish tishia that I haven't used yet. so-
Yes, that's right. You should have used it on that roll. But
It doesn't
you-
say that I have to.
yeah, that's true.
it-
You use it out. You can use it after.
I
if you
can
want.
use it on this one.
Yep.
Oh god. 10.
10 is not enough, and you fall.
Oh.
And you land on. And Little Fox, do you move or do you let?
I'm gonna try to catch her.
Okay, so you'll both take some damage then.
Yeah, I'll like split her damage.
Okay, so you Ishi, you take 6 falling damage, and
Okey-doke.
Little Fox, you take 1 falling damage, and now
Yeah,
the 2 of you are both in the pit.
Yeah, so I like catch her, and then there's the like brief
Sorry.
moment.
As she was falling, I was muted. I didn't manage to get my words in time. I whip out the spell scroll, and as a reaction, cast Featherfall. I was like, I thought you said you were good at this, but we are now all immune to falling damage for when we're messing about with this
I-
trap.
Okay,
Is that can be cast as a reaction?
cool.
Cool. All right. So I
How long
Would
does it
be
last?
A bad spell if it couldn't.
Like an hour?
It lasts a minute. I was like, we should make our way up now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take your time. Don't worry about.
So neither
falling.
of you take that damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just erase.
Okay, so the 2 of you are the bottom of essentially a 30. It's a pit that's 20 feet on one end and 30 feet on the other.
Hey, so here's a question. Since we can't get hurt by falling anymore for the next minute, throw me.
And Little Fox like ties a rope to you and we leave your pack down here, and I just throw you as high up.
I
the
weigh
wall as
like
can get
I
you.
weigh like 50 pounds with all my
Mhm.
gear. Like if I take the backpack off. So
Yeah, so I'll throw you up the wall, and then you can try to climb the rest of the way.
yeah.
Okay. All right. That's great.
Is this basically just color for me doing an assist on
Yeah, you
her
don't even need
climb?
to. You don't even. I mean, yeah, you can give her a boost and then she can climb. So make that
Yeah.
athletics check again, but with advantage this time.
13?
Up, and back down. The walls here are quite slick, so you're like scrambling on the wall and you just slide back
Oh
down.
my god, if I can't make it on a 13, it's gonna take a while. Go again?
I mean, if you weren't so tiny, I would be like, we'll just have Ishi help the little fox.
Each attempt is like a round of featherfall, basically. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
don't
try again.
10 times in a row. We'll try
Try
it.
again.
what's that, Dave?
Okay. Dave, what'd you say?
Oh, don't screw it up 10 times in a row. That's all. If it's one
Freaking
time.
working on it. Roll athletics.
There you
we
go.
Freaking
Yeah.
made it.
So the second throw, I think Ishi comes down. You grab her, spin around, and huck her back up in the air.
Yeah, it's just like as she's falling, I pluck her out of the air and then just do a full.
Alley oop.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. All right. So you scramble, grab the edge, and pull yourself up. And I think the last, because we're coming up on our time. The last shot of the episode is a shot first of Ishi's little swollen snakebite face, poking up over the edge, with little yellow eyes, and looking down into a chamber filled with cobwebs, floating gauze-like in the distance, obscuring the wall from you. Yeah, there you go. So we'll stop there and we can continue to explore Camp Righteous next time on our show. That's it for us, everybody. Thank you for coming. And this group never fails to entertain me. Thank you for being awesome, everybody. Good stuff.
Your bird RP is my favorite thing that's ever happened. So
I feel like when I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons and I'm given the opportunity to RP a silly animal, I usually do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I miss that dog and that bird from
Mr.
Adventures
Crane and
League.
the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
Yep.
being a druid gave a lot of opportunities for a silly animal.
Flirtatious Mr. Crane.
That's right. That's right.
I currently have my own silly animal. Sorry about leaving.
That's all right. That's no problem. Let's let everybody know where they can find you in the interim. Why don't you go first, Ishi Snaggletooth?
Yes. Hello. You can find me and various other kobolds at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter @distractedelf. I play video games and other stuff there, and also am a kobold, sort of. Not really.
I don't know if you saw this. Someone came into the show like partway through and was like, "Is Ishi role playing as a kobold?" And then someone was like, "Yeah, Elf's character Ishi is a kobold," and the person was like, "Oh, bang on impression." Like they could tell you're a kobold just by guessing. That's great.
Good.
You did a
Good.
good job.
There are many kobold emotes available at my fine channel. Anyway,
Andrew.
next person.
I'm Andrew. You can follow me on Twitter @CommuniCrow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual. I'm gonna be doing like a little late night RPG design stream tonight, in like 3 hours or so. Working on my game Girl by Moonlight, which is a magical girl hack of Blades in the Dark.
Excellent. Thank you. Dave?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm glad we got a chance to play again. It's been a while. If you would like to, for whatever reason, follow me on Twitter, you can. Dev_human. Yeah, looking forward to next week. Sorting out some Spoda Place, or I assume Spoda Place.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Last but not least, Fish Tishia provides Arcturus. When you're not being Fishman, what are you up to?
When I'm not being Fishman, I'm being bird person. I'm Blue Jay. You can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter @BlueJay_712. I have been playing through Divinity Original Sin 2. I play the Burning Wheel game that we play on Thursdays on twitch.tv/Roll20 app. And then I'm also in a Divinity Original Sin 2 GM mode RPG on Mondays on twitch.tv/Roll4it. And tomorrow I am playing my first ever Dark Souls game. Yeah.
Excuse me. Not actually a Dark Souls game. It's
Okay, Dave, get your hashtag actually
Sorry,
out of here.
push your glasses up.
Yeah, well, technically,
Isn't it made by the same people?
it is. Yes.
In the same
Yeah.
universe?
No.
No.
Different
No.
universe.
No,
We'll talk. We will talk all about this shit.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
there's a lot of.
So
yeah.
Blue- yeah,
Okay,
Blue Jay and I are
well,
gonna
I
be-
don't know
Take that.
because
Cool.
I've never played one before.
Well, thank you, cast friends, and thank you to Roll20 for making all of this silliness possible. If you like what you saw, definitely check out Roll20.net. You can use the same virtual tabletop tools that we have been using in the show for your own home campaign. So if you're looking for maps and monsters and all the bells and whistles of Tomb of Annihilation, you can check it out. Roll20.net. I'm Adam Coble. I'm the GM here and at twitch.tv/itmejp, where I'm running another game called Court of Swords. So if you like D&D, you want to check that out, please do. The next thing up on this channel is going to be Sirens of the Realms, which is a Maze Arcana show, and that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my dear friend Satine is on that show. So you can come on back or stick around, check that out. We will be back next week at the same time, and that is it for us for today. Thanks, D&D nerds. We will see you next time. Bye, everybody.